Tapping in. Hey, yo, listen, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm watching this joint. I mean, this is talking about was saying, writers insult all Kate Clark fans with delusional takes or whatever. So, boom, right? They showing back when, you know, how these girls have been assaulting CC since she got in the league. You know, all these hits, motherfucking hits upside the head or whatever. And, I'm shout out enough where I was about to come on here and talk some real crazy shit about, things that could have happened prior to y'all doing that dumb shit. You know, real motherfuckers that really, on dumb shit, can be like, you know what, this for CC. You know what I mean? Whatever it is. I'm just telling you. I know motherfuckers is crazy. So anyway, I refrain from doing that and saying that. I'm just giving you that was just a little peek into whatever it could have been. To saying no, I still didn't like it. And I still wanted something to happen to it, like if it's some legal ramifications or league ramifications or what have you, because that shit was unnecessary. And I feel like they got their rocks off doing that shit to see. You feel me? Only thing that made me at one moment kind of not trip so hard as I was tripping is cause I looked at some highlights from C in college. And C go ahead and she takes some bumps and bruises. She be ill, she's been through some shit. And show in college she took some hits. So I know she tough, basically. So I know that shit y'all doing, she already kind of can handle it. But, still, it's unnecessary. So anyway, we're going to let him go on because he's, let him talk because I see him get to this part where it's showing Angel Reese with that girl when that girl did that hip shot shit. No, I really never seen motherfucker point this out to me like this. How she jumped up and got so excited off her bench when she did that to her. And the fucking, the coaches on the side kind of looking at her like, bitch, what's wrong with this bitch? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was weird. It's like, that really, the hate that she has for CC. It's like, damn, it's like, that shit's serious. That shit's deep.
It was a little harder, a little more purposeful, as we'll see. But at least it was called.
Right here, he's showing.
There were numerous instances.
Right then, he was showing the play from her against the Storm. I guess that's their name, whatever. When the girl went upside, I see head going up, trying to go up, hit upside the head, shit. I'm saying, right, that was a nasty one. She didn't get foul. She didn't even call it foul for that shit. But they tough. They rough. They get it in a little bit. That's what they do. What the fuck? I ain't gonna cry like them. Niggas do it. Bitch, they want to be a little dark side. Like I said, I ain't like it because I felt like they was getting their rocks off on C. You know what I mean? Like, I want to see. Have I seen C foul a motherfucker hard since she been in the joint now? I can't. I almost think so. But maybe not as hard as. I think I done seen C hit a bitch upside the head. I don't know. But I want to, it is lightened up, what have you, but
To the place just like that early in the season, that's what people had a problem with. They weren't upset that if you breathed on Caitlyn, it should be a foul, and it wasn't. Right? And off. I mean,
like right here, he's showing the shit right here. Again,
who can forget this, right? It's a dead ball.
I mean, right.
Yeah, that was oh, by the way, that was just called a regular foul in the game. Sure, after so much backlash, because that was basically assault.
For real, she deserved to be suspended for some games for that. Or some real shit.
To accumulate a bunch of those for it to be a problem. It was clearly a flagrant 2, and she should have been suspended. But in the game, and by the way, right out of the screen, basically where Caitlyn is, was the official who was standing right there and watched this happen and called it a regular foul and never even looked at it. Not that he should have to look at it, but it's a dead ball. It's automatically.
Right. I mean, like, that was a no-brainer. They're saying they ain't even know what to do. The refs, hold up, pause.
She does it. I mean, this is no.
Pause, because on some real shit, NBA, for some shit like that, it'd have went down. It'd have been a whole bunch of shit behind that. Flagrant. I'm pretty sure the person that got that done to would have jumped up and went at that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Et cetera, et cetera. And with the body, man, it could have been a melee behind some shit like that. But see, thank goodness, and you know what I mean, ain't all real violent like that. And but I wish somebody would have jumped. And like I wish Big Boston was, a little more feisty enough to jump in that bitch. I don't know, whatever. AB, it's all good. I ain't mad at you, little softy. It's okay. You're girly. You be girly. You ain't in that shit. I ain't mad at you because of that at all. I'm just saying, y'all got to do. You is playing some sports. You is they big girl. That is kind of your role. So, you ain't got to be crazy, but you got to be stern, You got to, hey, no, bitch. You ever do no shit like, you got to be like that, Big B. Evan says, AB, it's all right. It's all right. And, yeah. And the NBA instantly stayed to watch them do some shit like that. I mean, for real. For real. You already know.
In the heat of the moment, the play's running on, and you foul somebody with a little extra. No, this is assault. This is a mugging on the street.
It is, man. It was.
Mugging on the street right there.
Bullshit.
Now, this is really important too, because this article. Sorry, people. I gotta go at Angel a little bit, but hey, they keep doing this. This article's about Angel Reese, and you saw how Caitlin Clark's fans, or how he defined
they said, matter of fact,
Clark's fans in how they.
Pardon me, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because I was kind of already into it now. I'm caught up to where I forgot to read what he had read about, why he was going in on. I'm talking about something about the fans, us being racist, and something else. Just, that's all I could give you. That was enough, right? Us being racist. So here we go.
Feel about will treat Angel Reese. Well, for me, this right here, because actions speak louder than words, this told me everything I need to know. So really, her words or trying to play nice now or whatever doesn't matter, because this
right
is who
that
she
instant
is,
jump
right
up
here.
That
Watch
instant
the bench. You can see her standing up. They're going to show a close-up of it.
Look,
that was on the Kennedy Carter hit. It was
a
dead ball.
Look, no, and on the real shit, and on the real shit, listen to this. On the real shit, I promise you, I'm looking at this whole picture right now, y'all. Listen to me. I'm looking at the whole picture of these people right now, pause, and saying you can look at everybody on there. Only one liked it, that shit is her. She's the only one, like the other girl that stood right up. I'm thinking she's cheering too. No, I see her putting her hand out like, why would you do that bullshit? You feel me? She putting her hand out like, why would you do that dumb shit? The other two at the end, they're looking at each other saying, oh my God, look at these dumb bitches. The next one, the little light-skinned one, next to them, she's looking off towards the coaches. If they looking down, I don't know, if they just start looking down the court, they're really not looking at, maybe she's looking at Angel. It look like they all looking at Angel. The shit's kind of fuzzy, so I can't see their eyes good. They say, it look like they looking at this dumb bitch for acting like that. Word is born, but you know what I'm saying? It do. She's just some weird shit. That shit's embedded in the hate. So, at this point, I already told y'all. If y'all ain't checked that last joint out, I know, man, ain't no graphics sometimes. Sometimes, man, you got to listen to this shit to get the message. I'm going to get that shit to you. That shit's meaningless to show that unless I'm doing it like he doing it right now, pointing out some issues, you can hear what I'm telling you to know, man, this shit is real shit. You know what I mean? If you want to just hear the real shit. Just saying, man, this shit right here is crazy. This whole picture frame and shout out everybody. Look, this bitch jumps out. Man, that is incredible. That is, bro. The girl jumping up with her hand up like, what are you doing, bitch? Like, why would you do that bullshit?
And this is how Angel Reese responded.
This is how she responded.
I'll let that sink in for a second.
No, I'm checking it, bro.
Is this a good person?
I wish you had a clearer picture. You got this fuzzy ass
I don't care who she
picture,
is,
so I can't see these eyes.
what color she is, or anything else.
No, that's some foul
It's
shit.
going to be a long, long time, and a lot of things would have to be done for me to have ever even think about a favorable opinion of someone who does this.
I'm telling y'all, I told y'all, listen, back to, that's what happened just there. I lost my train of thought again and got caught up to saying, that's the point I was making about not having, you know, the graphics and shit up for y'all, because I told y'all that shit, you know what was really, like I said, she denied her that acknowledgement in that championship to, you know, look at her and you know, take that faith, that hand shit. Well, without ignoring her, that shit hurt her heart. That made her feel some kind of way. Like, you know, for real. That shit made her hurt. That hurt her deeply. For real. And like I said, I think it would be a lot different if, you know, she was graceful enough. Not graceful, excuse my word choice for that. Not graceful. I'm not, that's not the word I'm looking for. The word I'm looking for is if she was tolerable, able, you know, I don't know, because I don't want to say strong enough, because she's strong, sure, but it's a different word for her to have been able to absorb that and take whatever from her to say, all right, you know, we dance again, you got that one, you know, and kept it pushing. I think she would have, you know, I don't know. Don't get me lying. I don't know what happened. Because I never seen an instance like that, y'all. I don't think I've ever seen in sports an instance where a motherfucker taunting a person and they ignore them like that. You feel me? They ignore them like that. If anything, they acknowledge that shit and, you know, get mad or, like I said, say, all right, you got that motherfucker. I see you, whatever. But however it go on y'all phone, whatever happened. But I've never seen no one ignore that shit like that. So that hurt her, y'all. I promise you.
Right there. Look how happy she is. Look how happy she is that happened. I want you to think about that. Let that sink in. And this is who they are defending, as that she is the victim.
No, that's some cold-blooded shit. Now I'm looking, as shit's moving, you know, as shit moving,
again, we don't
pause, as shit moved on and shit, you know, I don't know, it could be fake and all that, but because I like to say the initial reaction was the first reaction to saying, once she, you know, no, I thought they thought she was going, you know, they thought she was going to get her ass thrown out for that, I thought maybe. That's what they all thought initially. That's why it looked like they was looking down the court to say, they saying technicals, you know, flagrants or whatever, to, no, they just give her a fucking foul for it. They got all smiles and shit. When you know, plus they trying to, I guess, make her happy. Maybe, yeah, she's the new star here. You know, it look like, so y'all here for y'all. And this shit with you and that, you know, CC, big hoon over there, right? Because you're a small fry. So, you know, we got to play the game. Because we're no fries. We're no frill over here. We've been nothing. So, you know, with you know, with the new hotness, we got to get in line. Right, we got to get in line and play. So, because I don't think, like I said, the initial reaction to that shit looked bad. Like, no, we ain't, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm just saying.
Now, do we?
Oh shit, I gotta go on commercial. She was beat. Gotta go on commercial, y'all. You know how it works.
Right? Now, we'll say at least that was called, but look, to me...
Oh, right there. Oh, I definitely... Y'all been saying, I promise you, on my other drink, they showing the one where Angel when Andrew Reese hit C upside the head and shit on the 1-2. And I said, I read that bitch. I read that bitch lips. She's saying, bitch, as she going up to hit her. Saying, I know, I'm going to knock you upside the head. That's why I'm saying, bitch, as I'm doing it. And motherfucker say, well, she looked at the ball. Right? I said, she been doing that shit for years. She's seasoned enough to know not to look at the camera, bro. You know what I'm saying? For real. She done been swiping bitches upside the head for years. You know them cameras been there. So don't look at them. And they can't say whatever. You know what I'm talking about? So here we go.
I've got the previous game. She's given me that ammunition to say, why would I give her the benefit of the doubt on that? And then, to top that off, we have this. I'm going to play a few seconds of this, so pay attention. Right. She's going to talk about watching the game.
Somebody got
the way the whistle after losing that game.
And going back and looking at the film, I've seen a lot of calls that weren't made. I guess some people got a special whistle, but
some people got a special. So she tries to take Caitlin Clark's head off and gets to remain in the game. But some people got a special wish. Now, you look at her body language, her tone of voice, everything about that screams petulant, immature child.
Right. I'm telling you, the saying, man. What? I mean, Caitlin to me, Paul, pause real quick. I hear this man. I know, who he is. I don't know who he is, but you know what I'm saying? They're saying, I know the walk of life this bitch would come from. You know what I'm saying? They're saying, I don't want to make no excuses. I'm not going to. You hear me? I ain't. I just know, we all know that, it's hard where she come from and that shit. Like I said again, it's that. She's going to be who she is. She's good. She's like I said, she shot out. She's kind of, with her shit, she's, cool. I ain't tripping. Just saying, right. They call her a child. That's not, it's pretty childish shit motherfuckers is on in the motherfucking ghetto. You know what I'm saying? It's deadly, but childish. You know what I'm saying? I mean, about some bread, about some bullshit, about some sort of saying, and motherfuckers got that mentality and that shit stuck in them enough to, now you is in a little position with some bread and some, a position to be on some dumb shit. And you got, this, hate for seed, like I said, that I don't know what you had C took the shit from you. Right on, bitch. Good game. Clapping at you. Right on. I see. Whatever. Whatever she could have been like, right on, whatever, clapping, okay, woo, wah, wah, whatever she could have said. I don't know if it could have been different. I just don't. I always gotta, gonna have that in my mind. That moment right there. Would it be different if this would have happened?
Answer the problem. Then it continues with brown-nosing blowholes like Jason Whitlock suggests so-called jealous players could conspire to cheat and boost Reese's chances of winning the award. Well, we already know that, right? Like, you take that apart with the Atlanta Dream situation to continue.
I thought that nigga was rolling with CC.
And
Whitlock.
Minnesota Lynx, where she was purposely fouled so she could get on the line, just like the Dream game, fouled so she could get on the line. So there were multiple instances of that happening.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that. Then he talks about Dawn Staley, which we covered in another video, who said that Angel Reese is Rookie of the Year because of the double-doubles, which isn't really a thing. I've talked about that before as well. 10 points, 10 rebounds from power forward is enough. It's standard.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We looked at in another video, and I can't remember the number off the top of my head. I would have checked it if I thought I was going to mention it, but I believe it. You'll get the idea.
That shit is standard. That shit was some.
I think it was when Caitlin had her triple-double, and they said there were like 127 points, rebounds, double-doubles in the WNBA at that point, and there were like 19 points and assists double-doubles, right? So much less common. The double-doubles with rebounds, pretty common. Double-doubles with points and assists, not very common.
Right.
And then there were like 2 or 3 triple-doubles, of which Caitlin had 1. But the double-doubles, no big deal, really.
Yeah, I been knew that shit was some bullshit. I ain't got nothing to say about that shit.
Of course, she's a dog, DAWG. She's a dog.
I'm just letting him talk for y'all, man.
Quantified, and there's no quit in her, blah, blah, blah. And then article talks about how she'll miss point-blank shots only to grab the rebound for putback attempts. Admirers call it tenacity, but critics call it stat padding.
Right.
No,
you seen it?
Really.
Pause. You seen the little girls make the video clowning that shit? I surely seen a little TikTok set up. They throwing the shit over the damn backboard or hit the backboard, make it come over, whatever they was doing. You know, that shit she do. Clowning her. So, you got that.
Critics do talk about the fact that she shoots less than 40% from layup range and that half her offensive rebounds are off her own missed shots, yes. But the stat padding thing, that was, again, the end of the Atlanta Dream game, the end of the Minnesota Lynx game, the end of the New York Liberty game with the attempt to stat pad where the game is over. The game is over. And he talks about that in a little bit, about chasing stats to secure the double-double and how it happened with the New York Liberty. How teams typically dribble out the clock, but Reese Strandley called for the ball.
Right. Try.
And the Liberty swarmed her with 4
Swarmed. The bitch ain't getting no.
Letting the streak continue. But
like, fuck you
after
doing?
we made that a mission, we had to project and say if 4 players swarmed Clark to keep her from a personal milestone, they'd be called petty. No, they wouldn't, actually. First of all, 4 players swarm Clark every game.
Every game they swarm CC. They don't want her to break no records, and she still be breaking them. Right, we used to that.
This is just pure projection, and again, it's also taking away the fact that most
they be
fans
be on C ass. Whoever defended.
Not all of them. Some are new to the sport because Caitlin Clark got their attention with how she played, but many of them, they may be newer to the WNBA. They're not newer to basketball, though, and they would not call that petty. In fact, the WNBA All-Star Game is a great example of how this is nonsense. Caitlin Clark had 10 assists. The All-Star Game record was 11 by Sue Bird. Caitlin Clark was scheduled to go back into the game for Arike, and she actually said no, because Arike was just, as we all know, unconscious, on fire, in the zone, however you want to describe it. And Caitlin was like, no, let Arike do her thing. There was plenty of time. If Caitlin went back in, she would have gotten that assist record. But it just wasn't that important. And then we get this.
I told y'all that, how she ain't want to break nobody else shit today.
I think I've done a great job being able to be consistent. I've broken the record already. So I want to be able to just be me and do whatever my teammates need. Okay, so why were you calling for the ball frantically at the end of the Atlanta Dream game when the game was over? Why were you frantically calling for the ball at the end of the New York Liberty game when the game was over? And then when you got it and you got triple teamed, you threw it back out, you continued to call for it until there were like 2 seconds left and you realized your teammates weren't going to give you the ball a second time and you walked off the court in a huff. I'm just curious. But so, Linda, this is what Caitlin Clark fans have been enduring and dealing with ever since Caitlin Clark made the WNBA. So don't give me this nonsense about how mortified you are about the attacks from Caitlin Clark fans. Maybe you ought to look inward and clean up your own house and start calling out stuff like this. Start calling out Monica McNutt
I ain't even seen her.
Calling out Cheryl Swoops.
She's the ops, man.
And so on, and so on. And
As they
so
say,
on.
she's the ops.
Writer, right here, who called an entire fan base a very nasty word in the headline with no proof whatsoever. But I showed you clear as day on video as to why a lot of fans might not really like her all that much. And it's because of behavior. But I'm going to leave it there. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks so much for checking out this video. I really do appreciate it. And I will talk.
Okay. There you go, y'all. I tell you, man, CC ain't got it easy, man, dealing with all this shit. But she handles it well. That's all I can say. You know, y'all got my feelings on the shit, man. So, it's there. There's a whole bunch of, issues, why, reasons, why, etc. I can get to y'all. So y'all talk to me, man. Y'all take it in, man. Like I said, I get something for y'all running, man. Something smooth. But, take this good information, man. And I'll tap in with y'all next time. We'll do another one. Stay ready.